Hello again, people from YouTube. Welcome again. This time we're going to check two things. We're going to review what we have learned in the last video. We're going to talk about aquí, ahí, and allá. And we are going to learn some pronouns. We're going to talk about demonstrative pronouns. And with those pronouns, we're going to learn some specific words. Let's start. Let's start with the review. On the last video, we checked these three words: aquí, ahí or allí, and allá. So we use aquí to talk about here. We use ahí or allí to talk about there. And we use allá to talk about things that are further away. And related to those three words, we have specific words to talk about the objects on those places. Let's start with the first one, with aquí. As you may know at this point, most of the things in Spanish are always having gender, masculino or femenino, and also they have number, singular or plural. These words are going also to have masculino, femenino, singular or plural. Let's start with the first then. So we have este, masculino, esta, femenino, estos, masculino plural, estas, femenino plural. We can use these words to talk about things that are pretty close to us or about things that are on our hands. Let's see some examples. We have here un teléfono. So, este es un teléfono. Now we have la pluma. Esta es una pluma. Then, los teléfonos. Estos son unos teléfonos. Now, las plumas. Estas son unas plumas. Let's make a pause here. We have this word, esta. This is a pronoun, and we use it to talk about things, like this. Esta es una pluma. And this is está, and this is a verb, and we use it to talk about locations, like in this case. La Torre Eiffel está en Francia. Pay attention to the difference. Está, está. Está, está. Esta es una pluma. La Torre Eiffel está en Francia. Let's see the other pair of words that could be a bit confusing. So we have esta, está. Now we have estas, estás. Again, estas, estás. Again, this is a pronoun, this is a verb. Like in this example. Estas son unas plumas. ¿Cómo estás? Estas son unas plumas. ¿Cómo estás? Try to pay attention to those sounds. So again, esta, está. Estas, estás. Those were the words to talk about things that we have close to us or on our hand. Let's talk about the other words that we can use when we want to point to something. It doesn't matter if it's close to us or if it's far away. We can use these words to talk about ahí or allí or about allá. Let's see these words. We have ese, masculino. Esa, femenino. Esos, masculino plural. Esas, femenino plural. Let's see the examples. Ese es un vaso. Esa es una taza. Esos son unos vasos. Esas son unas tazas. As I said, we can use these to points. Now, let's compare. So, we have esos son unos lentes. Estos son unos lentes. Esos, estos. Esos son unos libros. Estos son unos libros. Esa es una llave. Estas son unas llaves. Estas son unas fotos. Ese es un llavero. Esa es una persona. Esta es una bolsa. Esa es una bandera. Esta es una gorra. Now, we know more or less the genders of these words, but what happens when you don't know the gender of something? We have two ways to make questions. So, let's see. We have Este, Esta, Estos, Estas. They have gender, right? We also have other one, which is genderless. Esto. Let's use the word esto to make a question. Here we have an object. We don't know the gender because we don't know the name. So this is the question. ¿Qué es esto? And I'm using esto because I'm having it in my hand. Esta es una copa. Now we know the gender. Now let's see other example. Esto. ¿Qué es esto? Esta es una botella. This object. ¿Qué es esto? Este es un reloj. And finally, you know this object. Tell me, ¿qué es esto? Este es un libro. Now we have the other pronouns when we want to point. Ese, esa, estos, esas. The genderless one is eso. And the question is, ¿qué es eso? So, let's make some examples and let's point. Tell me, ¿qué es eso? Esa es una gorra. Now, eso. ¿Qué es eso? Ese es un llavero. Eso. ¿Qué es eso? Esa es una bandera. And finally, you know this word. ¿Qué es eso? Ese es un libro. So, remember, we used esto and we use eso when we don't know the gender of the things. If you want to learn some other words, go to the link in the description and check some other new words. People from YouTube, that was all for today. Thank you again for watching Learn American Spanish. If you have something to say, don't forget to use the commentary box. All your opinions and your critics are going to help us a lot. And also, don't forget to give us a like and to subscribe. Nos vemos en el siguiente video. Adiós.